Did you become more aware this last week of how much judgment you hang on to? I sure did. Each time I got hung up on something, I noticed judgment was a close companion. As you all know, awareness is just the first step to making changes. The hard work now is creating those different habits once something we want to change has been brought to our attention. So I want to talk to you about brain scans. Have you ever seen them? They are incredible. Neuroscientists like Dr. Carolyn Leaf have scans of brains where they compare people with healthy thoughts and people who carry toxic thoughts. People with healthy thoughts have brain scans where their neurons look like vibrant, healthy trees full of life. And people carrying toxic thoughts have brain scans looking like dying or dead black trees. When you put them side by side, the difference is really stark. One is thriving and a picture of life, the other is repulsive and a picture of death. Who would ever choose the dead, dark brain scan, right? But that's what we choose when we carry toxic thoughts. Now, according to Dr. Leaf, who has done about 4 decades of brain research, people who are suffering from a mental illness like depression, for example, don't necessarily have unhealthy brain scans. What makes a difference is that if you have depression, but you're working on overcoming it, your brain scan would show healthy neurons. So if you exercise, we already know that exercise, diet, sunshine, avoiding toxic people and toxic activities, things that trigger that depression, if we are working towards moving towards health, those neurons would look totally different as compared to somebody who is not moving towards those changes. So isn't that just fascinating that our thoughts really do matter in our brain? The brain scans show it. Now, we don't usually see a scan of our brain every day, right? We don't have this daily visual of what our thoughts are doing to us. So imagine now what our brains look like when we choose judgment, or when we worry, or have anxiety, or give into anxiety, I should say, and fear, when we get in a mental loop and keep replaying that unhealthy conversation or that situation in our mind. As we do this, we're creating neural pathways and grooves in our brain, patterns that are noticeable in brain scans. So, what are you choosing to focus on? Did you know that gratitude and fear light up the same area in your brain? In other words, gratitude and fear cannot coexist. So, I challenge you to test that out this week. Whenever you feel fearful, train your mind to think on something that you're thankful for and see what happens to that fear. It's simple, but it's not easy. So this weekend, I'm really excited because I'm going to an informal brain scan of sorts. I'm going to attend this all-day self-care retreat at a new retreat center in Spokane area. And I've just been juggling quite a bit and I'm taking some time to slow down. So I'm going to tell you all about it next week. Until then, let's all work on practicing gratitude so we can create and increase those healthy, vibrant neural pathways in our brain. We'll see you next week.